Manager here at the City of Moses Lake Museum and Art Center.
And I'm Ann Shimp, I'm the Museum Curator.
Welcome to Curator's Corner, that's what we call it. We're here today talking about our new main gallery show, Moses Lake Coming into Focus. And this exhibit features 152 photographs from the 50s, 60s, and 70s in Moses Lake. So it shows what this community was like when things really started to boom around here. The population skyrocketed. You can see in this little graph that we put together here, from 1950 to 1960, we gained like almost 10,000 people in this town, which is a big deal. They have to have places to live.
Definitely.
They have to have stores to go to, new faces, new buildings. It was just a really kind of wild time here in Moses Lake.
Yes.
So that's what this new exhibit's all about.
So the photographs that we used for this exhibition came from two collections. The majority of the photographs are the 2001.001 collection, which is the William R. Hildebrand collection. That was given to us in 2001. It's a huge collection, tons and tons of negatives. He was one of the main photographers in town from the early 50s to the 1970s. So you can tell which photographs are those because they'll start with the 2001.001 number on all the labels. The other collection that we're exhibiting is the Margaret Schiffner negative collection. These negatives appeared in the newspaper from the 1950s to the late 1960s. And so what we kind of did with this exhibit was juxtapose photographs that you had posed, that you got taken, that Hildebrand took of you, versus what the newspaper chose to capture, which weren't as candid, which were more canned of the stereotypical images of Moses Lake.
Yeah, you know, people doing community things, pageants, parades, selling buttons for the Grant County Fair, food drives, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Bluebirds, just people participating in the life of the community. But very often they're very posed photographs, you know, and they're going to pick out the very best one. You mentioned the negatives. Some of these photographs have never been in print until now because they were not quite as good as maybe another shot, or maybe the person who ordered them ended up not wanting them, or you know there was a better picture that actually went in the newspaper. So a lot of these have never been seen before.
And also with the Margaret Schiffner collection, it doesn't represent all the faces of Moses Lake. They're predominantly the white faces. So what we tried to do with the Hildebrand collection was bring out the diversity of our community.
Because we've had diversity for a long time. It's always been a majority white community, but there have been many other robust and thriving communities in town, so we wanted to highlight that as well. So when you come in to see Moses Lake Coming into Focus, you'll see that we have some categories. Ann and I looked through hundreds, probably thousands of images to pick the ones that we thought were best and kind of highlighted, you know, the optimism and all the things that were going on in Moses Lake in that time. So you'll see categories: family portraits, community, sports, agriculture, the things that were really important to this town. Of course, family is important to every town, but you think about this time during Moses Lake, it was new families moving in for the air base, moving in for jobs. So there's just a lot of new families and a lot of new faces in town and a lot of new stuff going on. So let's talk about these labels here a little bit.
So with the Margaret Schiffner collection, since those photographs appeared in the newspaper, we went to the library, found the archives, and we have all the newspaper pages where those photographs appeared. So I have a full caption. What was in the photo, who was in the photo, the date, everything. But with the Hildebrand collection, we only have the information that was on the envelope. So a lot of the names you'll see may be the people in the photograph, or they could just be the person who got the photograph developed. And you'll see that especially with the wedding photographs down further in the gallery.
So as we were researching and working on this exhibit, we came across a booklet that was produced in about 1955 called Basin the Basin. Basin the Basin was the town's motto for a few years as it was growing. And
yeah, in the 1950s.
Yeah, the pace was up, so they liked that motto. And we have scanned some pages from that booklet and blown them up so you can see. This one talks about Moses Lake agriculture. The Basin and the Basin brochure was basically just a big, joyful advertisement for all the new things going on in Moses Lake, the new businesses, the new schools, the agriculture that the Columbia Basin project brought in when the water came to this area. So there's several pages from Basin the Basin throughout the exhibit.
So some of our favorite photographs in the exhibit was this one here, the Little League opening in 1954. This is a Hildebrand photograph. So unfortunately, that's all we know is Little League opening. And you have to see there, it's a little boy standing in looks like in a suitcase there, kissing one of the little girls, with another little girl waiting in line. So I'm not sure what this little boy had to do to kiss these girls on opening day of the Little League season.
This is one of my favorite photographs in the collection, and it's the photograph of this baby and his cat. I love that they're both looking the same direction. I put them under family portraits because pets become family. It's one of the few color images in the collection, and that's just one of my personal favorites. I also wanted to tell you a little bit. We kept some of the negative marks, like you can see on the side here of this image, it says Kodak safety film. We kept that on some of the pictures because we like the reminder that these were printed from negatives. We don't really have negatives much anymore. We take all our pictures digitally. And so we like that reminder. We like knowing what kind of film he used. So that's just a little feature of this exhibit. You're going to see some of the rough edges of these negatives that have now been made into print.
You want to make sure you come by and see this beautiful exhibit. You never know, you may be in one of the photographs.
And you can take a photograph in our photo prop here to have as a memory of your visit to the museum. And if you look real close behind us, you'll see where we got the inspiration for this. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
See you soon.